Hello listeners, welcome back to the channel. So I hope you can hear me. Let me set a few things up and then we'll get going. So let me turn down the music a bit and put the chat on. One sec. Mm, cool, we should be live now. And let me know if the audio is fine. And if I need to make any changes because I did play around with a lot of settings, so I'm not sure if this is fine. Audio seems to be fine at the moment. Cool. So let's start off with the arena grind. I used my 5 stars. I saved all my 6 stars for the grind. I'm kind of worried about the internet here. But otherwise it should be fine. Like today it was raining from the morning, so and the internet kept going and coming back, so I was kind of worried about if it would be able to handle the stream, but seems like it's working fine for now. So getting into the grind, just getting the basic milestones. uh, Probably will go to around like 6 million something to get the shards and stuff. Aegon cutoff was pretty high, didn't expect it to be that high, but then uh, like I knew it would be high. That is why I didn't go for him. I really want an Aegon. I'm going to be doing a big opening pretty soon here. Like I'll show you my shards and stuff. So I have we'll be getting season rewards tomorrow. So I should have 1 6 star and 2 5 stars, and then I have recorded 4 5 star opening, uh, and I'll compile them together and put a video out. I'm really hoping for an Aegon, and if I get it before the chronometer thing, then ideally I'll go for a skill awakening gem, and then go for labyrinth and stuff, which will make for some great live streams. I was hoping to it's unfortunate that I'm not in the Act 7 beta, otherwise that would have been really good to live stream and stuff. But anyways, here today's plan is mostly just grind some arena, answer your questions, and do a red room. Like I dual Deadpool and save that ticket so that I can do that live with 2 star champions. Probably going to use Quake. I'm making a guide on her as well, so that would be fun. Also, currently, I'm doing this one thing that I'm hoarding all the battle chips, but I'm not really good at hoarding battle chips. So whenever I get like 10k battle chips, I buy a 10k like crystal, arena crystal, and then I don't open it. So I have 5 of them stacked up, and I'm thinking of stacking like 100 before having a big uncollected crystal open, arena crystal opening. hopefully I'll get some good units out of it. We should 1 sec. I'm gonna pause the game at the moment. Have to reply a guy on Facebook. I put a video yesterday, by the way. It did really well, surprisingly well. Like I wasn't expecting it to do so well. But apparently people like discussing about who is the best champions and stuff. So got a ton of views out of it. Had a lot of discussion in both Reddit and Facebook. And came up with like basically concluded that I should add oh, 2 people watching, cool. Then I'm not going back to Facebook. That should be resolved now. Yeah, so what I was saying, yeah, that I should have included probably Captain Marvel movie. And back to 1 people. Yeah, I should have added Captain Marvel movie and maybe this Symbiote Supreme as well. I'm not a huge fan of Symbiote Supreme, like even his dashbacks and stuff. But of course, Iron suicides and he isn't the most suicide friendly champion, so it's like not his fault. And in the right situation, like he is really good for the champion fight and stuff, and he has helped me in a decent amount of content. And he's one of those champions who is good to rank up and have for buff heavy fights and stuff. And here is Nemo. I'm really hoping to dupe him in tomorrow's opening. I don't have a bunch of 6 stones, and Nemo kind of needs a high sig, but still, he also has really high prestige. Damn. Domino. It's weird. It's still weird reading the chat and playing. Like, it's still just the second live stream. It will get better with time, I promise. And we have streamed for 8 minutes. Time is going by kind of quickly. So if you guys have any questions, please leave them down. And we can have some fun discussions and stuff. Invisible Woman is one of those characters, by the way, that I really like, but I don't see using her in endgame content, because you're going to see like she puts these vulnerable charges, and her damage potential is actually pretty high. But like when you stack up those vulnerable charges, but then it's like you cannot even take blocked hits and stuff. Her damage output is actually pretty good. I'm hoping this would kill him. It didn't. So yeah. So we have some questions now, I think. Oh, a lot of questions. Apparently I didn't scroll down. So what's your strategy for the highest possible arena score? So I'd say get the basic one of the biggest thing is getting infinite arena streak. I was talking about it just earlier today. And if you have some rank 4 stars, you should be able to do it in the basic arena. And after you get the infinite streak, then use your rank 3 4 stars and above, and you can get also don't ignore the arena boost and 3-star champions. That's what my big advice would be. Like 3-star champions with the arena boost give almost as much points as the rank 5 4-star champions. So we have a lot of questions piled up. I think I just didn't scroll down to see them. So the second question is Yo King here. So thanks for joining the stream. Not sure how to pronounce that. Mojo88. Cool. Then Utkarsh saying buff heavy fights are voodoo's forte. Yes, if they are not poison immune, then for sure. Can you discuss how to use Nemo? Yeah, I'll get into it after this fight. Like after these network issues are gone. Hopefully the stream is still on and the network issues aren't going to interfere with that. Okay, it went away. So can you discuss how to use Nemo? Sure. We'll get into that right now. Brian saying yo. Hi Brian. I also shared this in my alliance chat, so maybe someone joined from there. So in case to show the Nemo's ability, he kind of needs to be awakened. I do not have a punching bag Winter Soldier. So I do not have an awakened Nemo as a 4-star also. I'm just going to showcase my 6-star. Basically what the awakened ability does, I think, is when max 6 you have reflect the damage. Just look at him as well. So that is what his awakened ability does. Then his outrage, like I'm not 100% sure how to play Nemo myself, but then whenever he places a blade he gains 1 outrage, and after he stacks 15 outrage you can do the MPS wreck thing. If you stack 30 stacks of outrage, then 95% of it. So basically I think you have to play till you get 30 stacks of let's just put in a team and try it. I'm not a fan of my 6-star Storm, but she can actually do pretty good damage with Suicide Masteries. So let's test him out. Haven't played him in a long time. So and also I think his SP3 gives him a big attack boost, like Mysterio and a lot of champions released on the last year kind of rely on their SP3, which is really great for the people like me who run Suicide Masteries. So yeah, getting those outrage is charges is not that difficult. Already at 7, 8, 9. So after 15 I think I can just convert it into Imperious Rex by holding block, but that might not be the best strategy. Yeah, so let's see, let's hold till 30, then throw SP3 and see what he can do. Again, I'm not a Nemo expert by any means. When I got him I saw some guides. He has a great bit of damage potential, like burst damage potential, but all his utility is in his it's hard playing. So at 30 it apparently automatically goes to Imperious Rex. His SP3 animation is really good, like one of my favorite SP3 animations for sure. So after this I think I should have an SP2 ready. Damn. Okay, not playing my best here. Fully, yep, Didn't get, but look at the damage, it's pretty good. It's actually much higher than I expected. Will you make an account to video soon? Roster completed content, etc. Sure. Not sure how many people would be into that. That's the only thing. But I can show you my roster and completed content and stuff right now as well. Like again, I'm not. Just for the record, I'm a much better player than this. Because I am kind of fearing that Winter Soldier will kill me, and that would be very embarrassing. And he killed me. Yep. But basically, you got an idea. His damage output potential is kind of high. He did some decent damage once he got to his Imperious Rex, and ideally, you want to hit two SP2s with him, and that's how you should finish his fight. Now, Julius, I'm going to be showing a quick tour like of my roster. So here are my maxed out 5-star champions: Corvus, Blade, Morningstar, Mephisto, Mysterio, Nick Fury, Domino, Void, Archangel, Captain America, Gwenpool, Ghost, and most of them, like a lot of them on the top, are Max Sig, Blade as well. Uh, Morningstar is one of the champion that I'm considering putting stones into her, but she doesn't actually have that high of prestige. But she is my fifth champion prestige. Where Mephisto was my first Sig 200. Mysterio just has a really high PI. Nick Fury, Domino, I might figure up. Void is another max Sig champion. Then going down from Ghost, thing is was my first rank to 6-star. I really like him with all the synergies, like he put in so much work for me in the variants. Then Black Widow Clairvoyant, the only 5-star champion that I took up unawakened. So I might awaken her with the gem from like using chronometer and stuff. Then rank to 6-star Symbiote Supreme, Colossus, Havoc, Sentinel, and Medusa. I'm going to rank 5 her very soon. Like I'm almost there. After tomorrow's season rewards, I should have enough to rank her up. Then you can just see for yourself a lot of decent champions. So want to take up Ghost Rider as well, Magic, and who else, like Cog maybe for defense. I actually have a rank 4 to 5 skill gem that I'm considering on using on Killmonger. Not sure if I should do it, but I do have one. Ideally, I want to again get Aegon. That would make stuff much easier for me. So this is basically my 5 and 6-star roster. And yeah. So as far as completed content go, Act 1 is 100%, 2 is 100%, 300, 400. Then in Act 6 is 34%. Everything is completed. 6.1 point, like in Act 6 Chapter 1, everything but the final chapter is completed. Kind of waiting to rank 5 with Medusa, and then get into the Sentinel chapter. Then as far as here, all the variants are 100% completed. Uncollected is still left a bit. We're going to jump in this red room very soon here. And then in special quest, Realms of Legend is completed, of course, and then one path, Labyrinth, Road to the Labyrinth is complete, and here just one path done in Labyrinth. I did that with 4-star Star-Lord. Like if you go back in my channel, there is actually tons of stuff, that Labyrinth related stuff, but the thing is that with 4 stars you can't really 100% that. So yeah, let's just jump into the red rooms and have some 2-star gameplay. I'm also making a guide on these champions are exclusive 2 stars. You might not have them, but This quest isn't really the most difficult anyways. So I'll take the middle path. Yes, try to quick and bake. Although I'm not a great quick player, I do not have her as a 5 star, and I'm not playing that well on live stream anyways, so I doubt I'll be able to do well with her. Damn. Okay. So quick, she's a really great counter for a lot of stuff. Like yesterday, if any of you watched my video yesterday, I put her in number 2, and the skilled quick players I know, they said that she should be number 1. Yeah, if cool man, hope you get an Aegon soon when Gino's offline. Of course, Gino is the leader of our alliance, and there is this thing that if he's online, then everybody gets bad pulls. So, like they have announced that you should only open your crystals when Gino is offline. So I'll keep an eye on that tomorrow when I open that. Open 2 5 stars and a 6 star. I'll feel weird if I get a 6 star Aegon, to be honest, because I have really no way of awakening him. But of course, it would be pretty cool. Like Brian, he missed on the 5 star Aegon and he didn't go for him again because he has a 6 star Aegon. Quake actually does a lot of damage as a 2 star as well. So, the final taskmaster here. Like, this isn't any tough content. In future, maybe I'll consider streaming something more interesting, like if whenever I do the future labyrinth parts and act 6 exploration or something. When But then I have to get used to playing on the stream, and like it's very unnatural to play and speak at the same time. I guess it is more natural in games like Counter Strike and stuff, where you're actually coordinating with your teammates on the mic. But here you usually just play silently, or have some music on and then play. Speaking and reading chats while playing is kind of different, and I'm definitely not used to it yet. There we go. Yeah, we finished this. Definitely recommend everyone to save for the chronometer. Even though, like, if you go to Reddit or Facebook or something, you're always going to see posts where someone is pulling the stuff you really really want, but like the odds of that happening are very like they're not that good. Rift's kind of content has been there before, and it's always been very RNG related, and I'm really glad this time we actually got an option to get some guaranteed rewards from it. So continuing the arena grind, we have been streaming for 25 minutes, and we're going to stream for another 10-15 minutes maybe. How many 6 stars do you have in total? So I think I have 21 or 24. Actually, let me check. I'm sure that they are divisible by 3 because I do run them in arena together. So 6 in a row, 1, 2, 3. So that is 18 and 21. So yeah, 21 6 stars. With 2 of them are duplicated, none of them are that good. Sentry and Storm. Actually, like, I'm not that mad about both of them because there was a guy in my alliance once. He got Juggernaut the first in his first 6 star, then he got him in the second 6 star, then also in his fourth. So still I was in that alliance. He pulled Juggernaut 3 out of 4 times in his 6 star crystal. To replace put in Mephisto. I was doing arena, I forgot completely about it. Jumped into the event quest. Can you show how fast Blade's regeneration is? Did I bring Blade here? I did. So okay, let's go against this Red Skull. I'm running Suicide, so I should drop pretty quickly if I use some special attacks. That was actually not on purpose, but for the purpose of showing Blade's regen, this would also work. Didn't read the nodes. You should always read the nodes. Okay, we're going to regenerate after this. Actually, he bleeded out. Regen in the next fight. Let's take to Mamu, get some danger sense on. So 724 per tick. I am running Suicides and the poison does decrease the healing by a bit. Let's just go to the Nightcrawler and get back to the arena. I'll also show some Archangel gameplay. Like, he just melts opponent. Like, a lot of people in my list yesterday were saying that Archangel doesn't deserve to be top 20. So actually I might just prove them right. Damn. Masochism is not the best node for Archangel. Now I'm doubting if I can even finish this. Where's the boss? Should be able to. But I'll jump in later when I'm not completely sucking at this game. So yeah, we'll just stream for another 10-15 minutes and just do some basic arena. Blade's regeneration is actually really powerful though. In stuff like Alliance Quest, he's a decent champion if you have Ghost Rider, especially because the Ghost Rider is a really good champion for Alliance Quest. Bleed immunity, lots of regeneration as well. I really like playing Kingpin like up against the wall and using heavy attacks. So coming back to who were we talking about? Yeah, Blade. So Blade with Ghost Rider. First of all, he gets that villain synergy, which makes him great for a lot of fights, and at the same time, his regen really helps. A lot of damage. He used to be one of he had the highest damage over time in the game when he was released, and he was like a huge deal. I actually saved for him for 4 or 5 months, and featured crystals used to be very different before Blade. So basically, what happened was that one champion was considered like the featured champion, like in arenas right now, and you had a 25% chance 20-25% chance of getting them, and then there was some champions from the basic pool, or all champions for the basic pool or something, but you had a flat 25% chance 20-25% chance of getting that particular character. So the future featured pool was not diluted like it is now. So I saved some crystals for Blade. I wasn't getting a lot of 5-star shots back then, so just 3 crystals or something, and I did not get him at that time. Chat is disconnected, so that is probably because I'm using a different Wi-Fi on the laptop. Stream is most likely probably still on because my mobile network is working, and I'm streaming on that and watching it on another device with the Wi-Fi, which hasn't been really good today. So if you're writing something, then I can't really read it right now because yeah, it's not loading for me in the laptop. The game is working fine, so I'll keep streaming. Let me refresh my laptop because the video is working again. Yeah, successfully connected. Should be fine now. So yeah, I saved for Blade, didn't get him when a lot of people got him. Then just got him randomly out of featured a normal basic crystal. Any tips for Road to Labyrinth? Uh, which part in Road to Labyrinth are we talking about here? Like the chapter and the particular quest. Overall, Road to Labyrinth I think is kind of difficult and not really worth the rewards now. Uh, it used to be a big stepping stone when Act 5 wasn't there, like after Act 4. Rhino fight in there, like not sure if it's in chapter 3. Just quit out this. Yeah, so let's get to special quests. So Road to Labyrinth, like right now, I think it's not that relevant. Let's look at the rewards and stuff. The completion, 505 shards. This Awakening gem can, of course, it's 4-star, I think. So that could be helpful. Yeah, but not a lot of 5-star shards either. So chapter 3. One of the annoying things about you cannot see. Yeah. So PI of the fights are not that much, but safeguard, yeah. So for safeguard, bleed champions. Is there any immune champion there? This Groot might be. Like against this Groot, you can take in voodoo or something. Then basically anyone who does debuff damage, like Clairvoyant is great with her SP2 in the incinerate mode. Like not a lot of champions are immune to incinerate damage. And if we see the final quest in chapter 3, maybe there is a huge PI jump or something. But overall, like again, I won't recommend anyone to do Road to Labyrinth. I think they changed something with now you don't have to do Road to Labyrinth in order to do Labyrinth. Like if you're uncollected or something, then that works as well. So Safeguard is probably the most difficult node here. The enhanced special one can be tough against someone like Joe Fixit, I guess. But for him, like that kind of stuff, Stark Spidey would be really good. One of the most annoying fights in Road to the Labyrinth that I remember is a Rhino, and I'm sure he's still very annoying. I made a video on him really back, like it has to be like more than 2.5 years now. With so like with the new, you have a lot more. Day like 23 and like these were the probably like the only champions who you can use for stuff like Safeguard. Now you can just bypass it by a lot of debuff champions, like Human Torch would be great there, and who else would be good there? Basically, like anyone who puts debuff damage, like Red Hulk would be good there, Quake would be good there. Anything that can do either like debuffs, damaging debuff, or anything that can do energy damage, basically. Mysterio is one of those champions that I really like. Like he has solid utility. I'm also planning to make a guide on him. I have a video of him versus Labyrinth of Legends Old Man Logan. It's not a solo, but it does showcase a lot of his ability for longer fights. The poison with 3 of his kinetic charges is really strong. One of the strongest poison champions in the game for sure. Like, with an exception of Voodoo perhaps, but then considering the opponent should used to deal damage with evasive and auto blocking champions. The only champions with true strike I have are Night Thrasher and Karnak. So personally, I think who do I use for auto blocking champions? Like back in the round, so I don't really have a very effective way of countering auto block champions. The true strike, I think he gets the true strike on SP3, right? So, and it's not like an infinite true strike. Best champion probably is if you can get Corvus in with the Proxima Midnight synergy, and he gets true strike on SP. So not sure, but again, Karnak's damage is nothing special. But actually, like he is kind of underrated because of the critical hits he can get, considering you do not get hit. But yeah, for what I use, I mostly use like Corvus with Proxima synergy. If you can do a heavy attack on any evade champion or auto block champion after they evade or auto block you in a quest, then if you do the heavy attack, you get a permanent true strike for the entire quest or something. So that can really help. Otherwise, I also do have Killmonger. Killmonger really has a against a lot of characters, it's really annoying to get in after. Basically, the way you get the true strike Oh, yeah, we can see the true strike with Karnak. You can have uptime on it, I guess. But yeah, so Killmonger didn't win the opponent. So he's really great for Medusa and stuff. But another character who's actually kind of really good is Heimdall. But again, Heimdall isn't the hardest hitting champion. But if like I might consider ranking up my Heimdall to rank 5 because he is like really helpful synergy wise, and I do bring him to a lot of quests a lot of times. So at rank 5 he does like okay damage, so maybe he is also a decent option for it. Moleman, like Legacy did a video of soloing the variant to Adaptoid, the evade and stun immune one, which is one of the toughest fights in variant 2. So Moleman might, like, I am sure that he doesn't have a permanent true strike or anything. You have to play in a particular way in order to get it. But he did solo that variant boss, and he is one of the tougher variant bosses in the game. So maybe Moleman in the future would have some uses. This year in general hasn't been the best for great champions. Like at least we haven't had something as good as Doom for a decent while. Do you prefer Ghost or Quake? Personally, I do not have a high rank Quake, but those who have both and those who are playing them at their best probably would say Quake. In my opinion, Ghost is better, but I do not have a Quake, and I'm not the best Quake player either. So right now in Alliance 4 at least I can say for sure the Quake is much better because of flow node, like Ghost, because she does so much critical attack, like all of her attacks are basically crits. You actually give the opponent a lot of power. If you like basically cannot use her in flow wars these days without hood synergy. With the hood synergy you can tank. I never evaded Bishop's first part of SP1 before. So yeah, I'd say Ghost, but most people who are good at playing both of them would say Quake, and I cannot deny that Quake is the better champion in current state of Alliance War. Ghost also needs kind of like, she doesn't need suicide masteries, she doesn't need her synergies, but like if you have them both then you will have a much better time. And with Quake, like with Quake also, like you get a benefit from suicide masteries. She isn't immune to anything, so you do take the damage, bleed and poison damage both. But I see a lot of gameplay from Sam One Shot, and he has a rank, like he uses a rank 5 Quake with suicides in Alliance War, and it obviously does more concussion damage and stuff. So she is also decent with suicide masteries. But with that being said, Quake and Ghost are definitely the top two in my opinion. They can be interchanged rank wise, depending on personal preference and skill and other stuff. But both of them, like at the hand of in the hand of a brand new player, both of them would not do that well. Like today only, I was seeing a post on Facebook where a person was using a rank 5 Ghost, like really badly. Basically, he wasn't getting any crits on the specials. He was like mistiming phase, getting hit a lot with the phasing. And like, no discredit to the player, she is difficult to learn, and especially like in the for newer players, not only is she a more complicated player, complicated champion, but also the passive AI doesn't make it any easier. With Quake, it actually kind of helps you a little, the passive AI, because then if their block is the main problem a lot of people face with Quake. So I think Quake is definitely a better character in lower tiers of content. Like even map 5, someone was saying today in Brand's stream that map 5 AI sucks, and I haven't played map 5 in a short while, but I do remember that the fights were lot less aggressive, and that can have a big difference. Like I'll show in the next fight. Uh, when you have aggressive AI, what you can do. I have a lot of soft notification. I did turn my phone to do not disturb. I was getting a lot of messages in between. Did someone refresh? 48 minutes? Okay, so we've streamed for a lot here. So this is going to be the final round of Arena. If you have any final questions, then do leave them in, and then we're going to end the stream after answering them. So I'm not sure if this will work, but I'll try not to parry at all in this fight, in these 3 fights, and I'll just try the backdraft intercept. And like, this is something you can't do in like act 2 or 3. Like, it's much tougher because the AI is so passive. So 2 hits back, 2 hits, 3 got it. And I'll still keep this up and see if it. Okay, I'm going to what I'm going to blame the AI in this, although it might just be my fault completely. But yeah, as you play more, like you get to endgame content, the AI is definitely more aggressive, which makes intercepting easier for one thing. This wasn't really an intercept, this was one. And bait the special. And it's safe to go in. Not a fan of baiting Corvus's SP1. Like, you can't you do not have the guarantee to go back in and finish the fight. I usually just push him to his SP2. Hulk was Warlock. Much better intercepts in this fight. But yeah, this is where we're going to be ending it. What should we do to end? Like, I'll just buy one crystal. Like, not from units, the crystal, and we'll end it there. So 51 minutes and 30 seconds in. Let's open some premium crystals. I haven't gotten a 4-star champion from the premiums in a long time. Like, it's been at least 100 crystals. So pop. It's 3-star magneto. This is why you shouldn't sell champions, by the way. Go let's get one of these, and we'll end the stream here. So thanks to everyone for joining in. I do appreciate it. This one went much better than my first stream, in my opinion. Like, I haven't seen it yet, but I think this one went better. And again, I will get better with time. It definitely takes a while to get used to streaming and playing with the settings and stuff. So anyways, yeah, thanks for joining. Have a nice day, stay safe, and I should be having a new video out by tomorrow. Now how to end the stream. Streamlabs. So stop stream. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. Stay safe.